Well, good afternoon and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Brass Birdie and this is Brass Birdie Adventures. I thought I'd take this opportunity to just introduce myself, as this is going to be the first episode, and then show you around the bike. So, who am I? Well, I moved to Uganda about 3 years ago now. I met my wife in Dubai, where I've been working for 9 years, and we decided to settle here in Uganda. And I've been retired for 3 years also. So why did I choose Uganda? Well, it was a simple choice. Firstly, the weather. We live on the equator, so the weather here all year is constant, around about 22 to 28 degrees most of the year round. Secondly, of course, is cost of living here in Uganda is way cheaper than UK, so that was an easy choice for us to make. So why the motorbike? I will explain this in a future video as to how I came about getting a motorbike in the first place, but to give you a brief overview, this is very much a motorbike culture here in Uganda. And I'll give you some idea of statistics. There are about 1.2 million motorbikes here in the country, and 350,000 of those are in Kampala alone, the capital city. It's a main form of transport in Uganda. The taxi service here is called boda boda. And you'll hear that phrase quite often in my videos, so if you're unsure, that's what it means. So I've brought you down to Lake Victoria today to talk a little bit about who I am and show you a little bit about my motorbike. So the reason for wanting to buy a motorbike was simply this. It was an easy form of transport, a cheap form of transport, and I wanted to be part of the culture here also as well. So why did I want to ride a motorbike in Uganda? Well, it's easy really. It's a great form of transport, it's cheap, and I can get through traffic way better than I can if I'm driving my car. So I think it's just about time to show you around my bike. So here we have it, the Simba UG Boss 125X. It comes in 3 colours, blue, red and white. As you can see from the tyres and the setup, it's kind of a Frankenstein of a bike really. It's a road bike, but at the same time the tyres and the front mudguard allow you to go on some of these gravel tracks that are quite common around here in Uganda. So it's great for off-roading. It has a simple 1-cylinder 4-stroke engine, 125cc, carburetor, so it's very easy to service, and you'll see that on a video that I'll produce in the future. As standard, it has a very useful chain guard and a bottle holder. So, it's a 2-seater, although you could probably fit 3 or 4 if you really tried. So it comes with both electric start and kickstart. There are drum brakes, both on the front and on the back. It comes with a 5-speed gearbox. The fuel tank is 12 litres and can give you a range of up to 450 kilometres. The tyres are an off-road tyre, but they seem to work quite well on the road also. Another unique feature is this front rack system, useful for carrying your waterproofs or things like that. And finally, it comes with a USB port. So let's go on to talk about the extras, the things that I've added on since I purchased the bike last September. It originally came with the brake-mounted mirrors, but unfortunately, due to my size, I couldn't see behind me. So within a week or two, I changed them for the end bar mirrors, which come from another model that Simba produced called the Scrambler. And with a little bit of manipulation, they have been a great addition to the bike, and I can see much better behind me now. The back box was an additional extra, and I think it's a Jivvy, but for some reason they seem to have taken the badge off. Yeah, that was a good purchase as well. I recently added this handlebar strengthening bar, not so much because the handlebars were particularly weak, but just somewhere to clamp the cameras, etc., and the phone mount for GPS, things like that. So one of the downsides to the bike are the headlight. I don't drive too often at night, but when I do, and there's no street lighting, it didn't give me any strength in the light to see where I was going whatsoever. So during this summer I purchased some spotlights from Amazon, Fitted them myself with a switch mounted just by the indicator there. Another purchase I made, which is not standard on the bike, was the visor, the front visor. I'm not entirely sure it gives particularly good wind resistance. It's a Chinese universal visor. It fits quite nicely. I've used some cable ties to tie it down, and it's never come loose on me, so I'm really happy with this purchase. It also helps protect cameras and phones from behind the visor also. So Uganda can be very hot, and when I purchased this motorbike, the seat, which was quite a thin plastic material, obviously made me sweat quite badly in the weather. So what I did is this summer I purchased, again from Amazon, a mesh type saddle cover, and I have to admit it's been a wonderful purchase, and I would recommend it to anybody who's riding in a hot country. Just a cute little addition here which I like is this small clock here, which again I got off of Amazon. Another upgrade, and also as a result of fitting the LED spotlights, I also upgraded the battery from a 5 amp to a 7 amp. It's improved the electric start no end, and it gives me the confidence that night that when I'm running the headlight on full beam and the LEDs, it's going to give me the power I need without cutting out. So the bike itself, as you'll probably guess, is a Chinese manufacture, and it's assembled in Uganda by a company called Simba. Simba, of course, in Swahili means lion, and it's assembled in Kampala. I paid 8 million Uganda shillings for the bike, which in UK money is about £1,600, and I have to admit I never knew it was going to be this reliable. Fuel consumption is around about 38 kilometers per litre, so that can give me a range of between 400 and 450 kilometers on one tank. So being a Chinese bike, the biggest negative of course is build quality, and I've had to make some upgrades myself. For example, when I first bought the bike, one of the M6 bolts here had already sheared due to the quality of the bolt itself. I had to have the left fork replaced within a few weeks. Second one again, and due to build quality, I had to replace the M6 bolts 1, 2, 3 and 4 here. The quality of the bolt again was very poor, and the threads were stripping every time you took off the guards for chain cleaning. So what I did this summer was to completely take out the M6 bolts, use a drill and tap set of M8, drill out the brackets on each point, create new threads on M8 instead of M6, and then replace them with these much harder, much better quality M8 Allen key bolts. Also finding out where the vibration points were on the bike. There seem to be a lot of vibrations at certain speeds, and here is an example of the plastic mudguard at the back that isn't really fixed to this bracket. So what I had to do is use bicycle inner tube and cable tie to reduce the vibration on this point. So with regards to speed and keeping in line with the rules of the road, this motorbike copes very well with the single lane roads here around Uganda. This bike actually does what I need. It has a sweet spot around about 70 kilometers per hour, but with a push I can get her up to 90. So overall, did I make a good choice buying this bike? I think so. The 125 is a very popular size engine here in Uganda. It's easy to work on, it's nimble in traffic, it gives me great fuel consumption. I feel safe on this bike, it gives me the response I need when I need it. Downsides? Quality of the build maybe. Now I'm saying all these things like I have experience, but this is actually my first motorbike. I passed my test in 2007 in UK on a 500cc bike and never rode again until I reached Uganda, and I decided to explore Uganda through my motorbike, and so far I'm very, very happy. So what do I use the bike for? Well, at the moment mainly short trips. I use it around Kampala. Sunday morning bimbles are my thing. I usually cover around about 100 or 120 kilometers on a Sunday morning, 3 to 3.5 hours ride, and that's fine for now. But I do want to get more farther afield, explore Uganda more, maybe some overnight trips. Who knows? Let's see what happens on this YouTube channel. So why YouTube and why now? I retired from my full-time job as a professional musician after 28 years. I just felt here in Uganda I needed to do something different. I've very much been interested in travel, and particularly on YouTube, watching travel programs and particularly motorbike travel. But also I've seen people from England, from Europe, who have come to Africa to try out our roads, to try out the culture. So I just wanted to show you, from an Englishman living in Uganda's perspective, what it's like to live here, what it's like on the roads, what it's like around, but not as a worldwide explorer, but just as somebody who lives in the local area. I hope you enjoy the future YouTube programs that I'm going to put out. I hope you can like and subscribe to the channel, and I'd love to see it grow as the days progress. Thanks for watching this introduction video, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye for now.